All right, so we're coming to you with an easy one here today. This is one that we like in the warmer weather, so maybe a little untimely as we record here, but nonetheless, this is a great dish for a good warm day. So this is going to be a Monterey chicken. Hardest part of this one, you're going to have to wait an hour or two. We want to marinate that chicken for about an hour or two. If you have a food saver, it really saves you some time. They have those nice marination containers. But this one we just did, we had some time, so we threw it in marinade. So I use whole chicken breasts for this and slice them down into thirds or halves, depending on how thick they are. But we're going to take a cup of teriyaki marinade, and I just used Kiko Man's, teriyaki marinade off the shelf. So that's an easy one. So we're just going to dump that cup of teriyaki over top of the chicken. And then in the meantime, while that's all working down, we're going to get together some sliced green peppers and onions. And then we're going to slice some mushrooms down as well. We're going to leave those peppers and onions in a little bit larger slices. So basically, just slice the pepper on the vertical and you should be in good shape there. We're going to start our veggies by just putting a little bit of butter in the saucepan, getting the peppers and onions started. We're going to let those just start to kind of soften up a little bit and let those onions get just a little translucent. As we come up on time on that marinade, I don't want to forget to say, but we want to reserve a third cup of the marination liquid because we're going to use that back in the peppers here in a few minutes. So make sure that you reserve a third cup of that, and the rest you can go ahead and discard. But as we're softening those peppers and onions up, we're going to take 8 ounces of mushrooms, and we're going to add those in as well. Let those start to shrink a little bit and let those juices kind of come out of the mushrooms because we are going to add back that teriyaki marinade, and we're going to really want this to reduce down to almost no liquid. So we want to get as much of that mushroom, the water out of those mushrooms as possible. So once those have started to kind of saute off, we are going to add back that third cup of the teriyaki marinade. Now in the meantime, as we add back that marinade and we're waiting for that to saute out, you could do this either before or after, or even while you're marinating, but we want to make a half a pound of bacon. I made mine ahead of time in the oven, just crisp it up, and because ultimately we're just going to make a crumble out of it. Obviously you could do it in a skillet as well, but just make sure it's on the crispier side, and you'll see here in a few minutes that we kind of get to and why we need it to be a little crispier. So again, as our liquids start to saute out of the peppers and onions and mushrooms, we're going to go to the grill and hit our chicken. Again, this was just marinated, so it's going to be a pretty quick cook. These are super thin, so let's get these things on the grill. We'll get them back in the house and then we'll finish them. Okay, so the chicken's coming off the grill, and we're going to take it back in. We have a foil-lined cookie sheet, so we're just going to put the chicken breasts right down on that. We're going to start by adding a little bit of our crumbled bacon, and then to each chicken breast we're going to add some of the peppers and onions on top of the bacon. And finally, we're going to finish with some slices of provolone cheese. I like to cover it up. You can use mozzarella too. I really like provolone. We've done both ways. The provolone just adds a little bit more of a salty flavor to it, even though we're getting that salt from the teriyaki. I just like the way that the provolone finishes. So once we've got those topped, we're just going to hit them on the broiler quickly, and there you have it. Once those come off, they are ready for service, and today we're just doing a baked potato with them. But hope you enjoy this one. This is a pretty easy one. Again, the longest time is to marinate, but all said and done, you're only really actively cooking for probably 15 to 30 minutes. So this is something that, if you have maybe the bacon and things sliced, that could be an after work meal through the week.